All I know is every once in a while, I'll get these little graphical loading hiccups, which kind of causes the game to seem like it's freezing for a sec. So just a fair warning on that. Anyways, Chapter 1, Act 1, The Man Who Rages Against the Storm. Just like us, the residents of Wonderworld have pieces of their heart that are missing. And our goal is to restore that, with the help of the Tims. These little guys are balls of positivity. They will be helping you throughout the game. So take care of them as best to your abilities. Anyways, let us start by collecting these lovely little drops. Everything has a use in this game, and that is something I appreciate. And we're getting introduced to the main gimmick as well. A key that unlocks the costumes. This is Tornado Wolf. It is a very useful ability. Does this, as the description describes. Now, I've been playing other games lately, so I might have my camera controls mixed up. But yeah. The best way I can describe Balan Wonderworld is think of it like Mario 64. Smaller hub world, but the idea is fairly similar. Instead of collecting power stars, though, you are restoring the hearts of the residents. And there's a lot of collectibles, like this little Tim egg here. And this one flying. How do you have a badge already? Hi, guys. Oh my, I broke their models. Uh-oh. Oh no, I broke their models! You little guys are so helpful, aren't you? Anyways, those badges I'll be explaining a lot later. It has to do with the drops we're collecting. So it looks like the game might still have my Tims in memory somehow. And if that's the case, my adorable little army is going to be massive once more. Sorry, I have to collect and explore. It's just the way this game works. Oh, that does remind me though. Speaking of this game being about collectibles, you can collect extra amounts of the costume. So you don't have... It's not one costume you have and it's permanent. No, if you take damage at all, you will lose your costume. And your costumes are your only means of defending yourself. Otherwise, you can't do squat. But here are the main collectibles, the Balan statues. I'm going to tell you this right now. You will not be able to collect all the English, I cannot speak to save my life. Statues on your first visit to any of the levels until later in the game. There are mechanics and other things that encourage replayability, and I like that. And Balan explains here what the statues are used for. The more statues you gather, the more worlds you can visit. I promise to reappear when I see fit. He rhymes. So he actually is helping you in ways you don't know. Like the costumes. Costumes are created from the courage in the residents' hearts. The costumes will have a theme to them. So this game really encourages a lot to do. And the Tims will be following you everywhere you go. And now, we're introduced to our antagonist. This is Lance, the Prince of Negativity. He's the one who's keeping these worlds like this, with his Nagati. Nagati can be fought by stepped on, or attacked with certain costumes. And the Tims will attack them too. I have watched these little guys spin jump and destroy Nagati. Can you tell some of Yuji Naka's charm from Sonic is in here? But yeah. You're getting a good example of what's going on here, and yes, I am going to be exploring a bit, because there is tons to do. And I know a good few things I can get right off the bat. That I'm gonna have to come back until I get the next costume. Act 1 of Chapter 1 actually is a great introduction of teaching you what you need to do here. It's small, sleek, and introduces you to all of the major mechanics right off the bat. There will be additional mechanics that show up in later parts of the other chapters, but it's just all introductory here. Anything else? Nope. You can fall off the stage, and that will pretty much boot you back out to the aisle. However, it won't do it until after you've lost all your costumes, so I think that's a fair trade-off. And now we have Jumping Jack! The Yoshi themes are starting to show up now, too. Anyways, anytime you see the character of the stage, in this case Jose, they will be guiding you to the right way to go, towards that lovely little tree there. I'm not going to say what that tree is just yet. And then the last thing they introduce here is these lovely golden top hats. This is where Balan is. You did well to find me, little one. Now I shall let you have a bit of fun. Harness my power well enough, and I will give you great stuff. These are fun. I actually really enjoy these, for multiple reasons. However, when he says some great stuff, he means it. Not only will you get rewarded for just playing these, you will get a statue from it as well. What are these? Balan's bouts. So he lends you his power to help you in QuickTime events, but a unique way of doing it. Tap X when Balan's shadow lines up with Balan. And these are a little tricky. You gotta hit them a little later than you think. And then there's another mechanic. Mash X when lots of Balan shadows appear. Like this. You don't have to be massively fast with it, but you have to do it. And I'm gonna usually be quiet for these. Because they might be slow now, but they do get faster. And I love this music. There we go! I got all 4 excellents. So, if you perfect a bout, you get the statue, but you also get rewarded with a bunch of drops. So, the thing is you'll get those drops regardless. The only way you don't get anything is if you completely fail. But honestly, I kind of encourage doing it a couple times because the oops moments are hilarious. They're so good. Slapstick comedy is some of my favorite, okay? Anyways, we're not quite done yet. There's still a couple statues we can get here in the area. And I'm going to show you how to get as many of them as possible, and then at the end of the game we'll go for a full collection. So don't worry too much if I miss out on some right away, because again, you can't get them all right away. Haha. And that gets us this one. 4 out of 8's not bad. I don't think I can get the remaining 4 for a while. But we can look around and try. So I think there was one section over here I could flutter jump over to. Yeah, there was. Sweet. Not bad, not bad. And I'm well aware the last 2 we cannot get yet. And if there is a way, I will be very impressed, because there are many different ways of getting things here. Anyways, I'm going to keep on jumping jack, and let's head to the end of the stage, where that tree is, known as a heart tree. Now, the reason the Tims are important for these is because they have the power to destroy it. We've now restored a piece of Jose's heart. Or his stage name, Scarecrow. So, this is the results screen. Lets you know what you found. You can find Tims, you can find eggs, your statues, which is your major collectible, and a bunch of drops. You'll also see there's rainbow drops here too. These are special drops that are meant for something on the Isle. Now, one other thing I should actually mention is this game has a difficulty mode. How it works is it depends on your skill in the game. If you're one of those people who likes to be a perfectionist and take no damage, this game will scale to that accordingly, creating a hard mode. What does that mean? It means you battle tougher and more aggressive Nagati. The Nagatis are programmed by an AI system that, depending on your skill, will get harder or easier depending on how you play. So if you're having a really rough time against the Nagati, it'll switch into easy mode and the Nagati will start turning blue. If you're playing tremendously well and not taking a single bit of damage at all, they will turn red. And for a couple special Nagati to show up, you need it to be on hard mode. But the game does reward you for it. Now that we're on the Isle, these guys are hungry, and your texture's bugging out. And as well as a sub-objective has shown up. So let me start by explaining a few things. First, the eggs. These little eggs hold Tims. And they just hatch by you standing beside them. Then, there's this. You can feed the Tims by pressing X. This is what the drops are for. You feed them and they will be super happy. And grow bigger. You will be spending a lot of time in the Isle, I'll tell you that right now. Not only that, their happiness and positivity also ups that counter. So every time they go happier, that counter goes up. So let's get this out of the way. There's now a merry-go-round on the Isle of Tims. That is what they will play on to increase their happiness. Every time a music note goes off, that meter goes up. And this Isle will become very expansive very soon. As long as the Tims stay happy. And that was already quick. Once the Tims become big Tims, you pick up a little one and throw it at the head of the bigger Tim. In a way, this is breeding the Tims. So you pick one up, toss it at its head, and it lays an egg. The more Tims you have, the better, trust me. Because there's going to be some obstacles later on that really mess with you. At least the music here is always very relaxing. Okay. So, I'm going to drop over these drops. And that actually will get me on the topic of explaining the badge that was on that pink Tim. You can get, as you've seen, there's 4 different sets of colored flowers here. The yellow are the neutral flowers, which pretty much just help the Tims grow. The pink, blue, and red flowers will get them those badges. The pink one here already has a pink badge, meaning he's already eaten 30 of that special colored drop. Once they all have 3 badges, that will coincide with this statue over here. You'll notice the flowers here are rainbow, and the statue asks for rainbow drops. This will have to do with that island up there. I won't go into detail as to why, but it definitely is worth it to do it. But I think that's a good way of introducing the game so far, so I'm going to stop here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Let's Play Balan Wonderworld. This is Autumn Child saying, I'll see you all next time.